Hey Wildkids, how you doing? Come over here. Have a look at this. Just walking around and having a bit of an explore in the bush today, and I found these guys. And I don't know what they are, but I just thought I'd show you because they're so beautiful and delicate. Look at those, isn't they gorgeous? So maybe you guys can look in a flower book and tell me what they are. And they're so pretty. There's some lovely flowers still about. A lot of them have gone over now because the spring and the flowering season here in Australia is very, very short around in New South Wales.
Bunny Davis says hey.
Hey Bunny! Hi hon! It's one of my wild kids in England, one of my faves. How are you? Now, just being here, I've just seen these beautiful little flowers here. Now I've got a little baby Banksia going here. Look at this guy. Gorgeous little thing, like really serrated leaves. Again, being smart, all those serrated edges, spiky as you like. So if a wallaby was coming along, bouncy, 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 thought, delicious, love a bit of green, he's going to bite on that, and the spikes are going to claim their taste and their tongue, and he's not going to like it. And then in here, you've got this bush with all these beautiful little flowers. Look at these tiny, tiny little things. They're glorious. So many petals. I love those. I think they're very sweet. Not too much leaf. It's just like it's going up. It's going to flower very quickly. Go over. And we've got the marsh heathers here, all twisted in and shooting up towards the light. Absolutely fantastic. Love it round here. It's got to be one of my fave places. So, I don't know how many are, let's have a count of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 petals. Beautiful. It's like a little sunflower, isn't it? Mini. Come on then, let's go over this way. Come on. Oh, look. Over here.
Oscar says hi.
Hey Oscar, how you doing? Look, just seen a kookaburra. And if you can see him in the distance, if you look along the line of my adventure stick, you can see there's a kookaburra just there. I was hoping he'll do his noises. Now, in England, we have a bird called a kingfisher. And the kookaburra is a cousin. He is classed as a kingfisher. He's the biggest of all the kingfishers. The ones in the UK are tiny, they're about that big. But this guy's huge. So if I just keep walking over, mind these tree grasses. Oh, he's seen me. He's seen me. He's singing, what are you doing here again, Trevor? Is it a Wildkids show? I'm like, yes, it is, Mr. Kookaburra. It's a Wildkids show. Come and have a look. Oh, there he goes. Look, he's just seen something. Now, kookaburras are meat eaters. And they love snakes. They love eating lizards. They've got the best call of all the Australian birds. Like that. Is he going to do it? No, he's not going to do it, is he? Isn't he beautiful? Now he's got a beautiful flash of like a electric blue on his wing, but he's quite brown to keep him disguised up against the trees. So animals that are scuttling around on the floor don't actually get to see him up there in disguise. He's amazing. Top of his game he is. Absolutely beautiful. And every now and again I'm lucky enough to get a kookaburra feather. And as you know, checking out, seeing what's going on. Lots of birds around today. Look, there's a second one. to show you all the kids, all my wild kids, all the amazing stuff that you do. I'm disturbing them hunting. They're not happy. Anyway, come this way. I've got other things to show you. Oh, by the way, if you like birds, all you wild kids in Australia, the Great Aussie Backyard Bird Watch is happening in about a week's time, about 10 days actually, for you educators and parents who are watching. And you can go online, and if you go to Backyard Birds, Aussie Backyard Birds, there's a link, and they're doing a Great Aussie Backyard Bird Count, and they're trying to see how many birds we are living with. And it's a really, really good thing, because there's a really good website that shows you different species and varieties and things like that. And I'm going to put a link into my Wild Kids Facebook page and onto so you can log on that. And next week we'll do something about birds, and I'll show you a few things about maybe like looking after birds in your back garden. Sound like a plan? Yeah? Fantastic. Come on, keep following me. I've got loads of hoverflies that flies around me at the moment as well. See this little guy here? He's a beetle. Look at this little beetle here. Loads of action going on today because we had some rain last night, and it's very humid today, and I think that we might have a storm this afternoon, so I'm glad these guys are going to be really big. They'll feel that in the air. They'll feel the air getting a bit whoop. There's going to be a storm, and the wind will pick up, so they're all very, very busy today, all looking for a bit of food. And of course, springtime, everything's coming out now, everything's warmed up. It's very warm today. You'll get lots and lots of bugs around to look at. If you're into bugs, it's a fantastic time to go out into the bush and have a look around. And we can have a look around. So we're looking around. We are looking around. We're going to look on the floor to see what we can find today. How does that sound? Come with me. So we're right on the edge of a cliff today. And I'm being very, very careful not to go to the edge. And I'm with a grown-up as well, just in case I do something silly and fall off. I'm not looking at falling off because it would hurt. And there's so much to see up here anyway. I don't have to go to the edge. There's no need. So I can just walk along this path here, nice and oh look! There's a tree that's kind of fallen over. But you can see underneath, this is amazing. This is how amazing plants are and how resilient they are. Because this tree's been blown over, poor thing. I think it's broom. And underneath here you can see all of the roots, and this is really, really tough ground, so it doesn't need a lot of soil, but obviously it needed a bit more to hold itself up because the wind and the storm has blown it over, but it's still alive, it's still hanging on in there. And oh my gosh, guys, have a look at this. We have got some very big, busy ants. Look at these guys. This is a whole ant colony. These are sugar ants, actually. And a lot of time, you'd find that indigenous people would sometimes even eat these as a bit of nutrition. I wouldn't eat an ant. Look at what they're doing. Look, they're grabbing bits of wood and they're filling up all these holes. I think this is where they want to live. This is going to be their new house. Look at this guy here. He's got a great big bit of wood in his mouth. Can you see him? Look. He's just dropped it in there for someone to do something with. Now there's loads in there, loads and loads of ants, so I think they're going to try and make this their home. Because this is what happens in the out in the wilds, in the bush. You get trees that fall over and they start to rot down. Tiny little bugs go in there and start making holes to look for food, and they're eating the fibrous wood. Oh look here, look at this guy. He's just lifted that bit out and he's given it to his mate. Look how big that piece of wood is. How strong. Now my finger over these, they're not going to appreciate too much, so I'm trying in the shadows make them get them a little bit freaky. But they're all working together. Look at the way these ants are all working together. You've got a guy here who's carrying a little bit of earth, and look at all these things here. It looks like they're blocking up all the holes. And it might be they're blocking up the holes to keep the heat and the sun out, because they don't want to get too hot because they'll get frazzled. So one of the ways they'll do that is by filling up all the holes and trying to keep cool inside, because when they get the sunlight off of them and in the shade, they'll be able to live a bit more comfortably. Very, very, very clever things, ants. Now, when they go past each other, they're actually checking. They're actually all part of the same family, all part of the same colony. Because the queen ant will be in there somewhere, laying her eggs. And these are all the worker ants who are doing their bit. Ooh, look at that. There's so many in there. So many legs. But they're all working together, all doing jobs they've been asked to do, been given orders by the queen or some of her lieutenants who are in charge. And then all the worker ants actually do all the business. So some will be collecting bits of stuff from the forest floor. Some will be collecting food as well and scavenging for food, and they'll bring it back here, and you'll have soldiers who are checking what they brought, and then you'll have other ones who are actually building the colony. So like some will be digging holes, some will be filling up the gaps, and they kind of use the mud and they chew on it, and the wood, and they chew on it, and then they spit it out because it makes it a little bit sticky, and it makes it it's very strong, actually. It's very, very strong. Now, ants aren't the only guys that do this either. You get termites do it as well. And then another reason they do this is because ants aren't only nutritious to us, like I said, some indigenous people eat the sugar ants, especially the sugar ants because they're sweet. You get echidnas eat these guys too. They're kind of like an ant-eating kind of specialist, and they've got a big long snout, and they can lick up all these ants. So they'll build the walls to protect them from echidnas as well. And they're amazing. There's so many there. There's too many to count. Far too many to count. And they'll make sure that you can see up here, if you all the way along, there's all different bits. But look here, all these little bits have been put in place by these ants to cover up the gap. That is very, very clever. And I've just seen in there, there's an ant who's laid a little bit of wood on its side to cover the gap there, and they're gonna I'm gonna make a note of where we are, and in a couple of weeks' time, when I come back up here, I'm gonna have a look at this and see how far they've got, because I think that's absolutely fantastic. Fascinating things, ants. And there's millions and millions of ants everywhere you go. There'll be ants in your gardens. There's ants underneath your house, I expect. Hopefully not termites, hey parents. Now, over here...
Molly and Pam says hi.
Oh, hey Pam, how are you? How you doing, guys? How's Canberra? You alright? Yeah? Oh, is it? Oh, nice, fabulous. Glad you're enjoying spring. Now, down here, look. We've got another pathway. Not here, because this is a pathway for us and the other animals like echidnas and wallabies. Here's a pathway. This is made by termites. Just the same way as the ants are doing over in that fallen down branch. This is a pathway and a tunnel for termites. So they make this is an archway. If you can see just in there, see where it's broken a bit? And just in there, that's a hole, and they'll walk up and down, and they'll use the whole tree, and they'll use that as a roadway, and it protects them from the heat, and it also protects them from birds, and also protects them from echidnas.
Pam said it's very wet and stormy.
Oh, wet and stormy. Well, what better thing to do on a wet, stormy day than watch me make a fool of myself at Wildkids Australia? Ta-da! Thanks for watching. I love it. Love you guys. So. Let's keep going across the path, shall we? Let's keep going along, because all around here there's still little signs of flowers. Now, this is the top of a gum tree. Now, this has been broken off. This is the classic chew marks from a cockatoo. They love eating the sweet saps, and they love eating the little tiny little bits of sweetness out of these, but they destroy trees in a big way. And but they're really good at like tree surgery, so they are marvellous. Let's keep going. Okay, now just off the track, you just see all these beautiful grasses here. These are really robust, and these are fantastic for holding all the soil in place, because this is all sloping to fall off the cliff. So all these tree roots, like this one, are stopping all the mud and everything from washing completely away, otherwise there'd be nothing growing up here. And here's another thing about how amazing trees are. Look at this tree. This tree, fallen over. Oh no. Decided, ended, finished, going to be a new bug hotel? No, it's still alive. There's roots still in the ground. So, it's made 1, 2, 3 more trunks just growing up. And look at all those leaves. It's perfectly fine. How amazing is that? Life always finds a way. Trees are so brilliant at showing us ways of adapting and, well, just keeping going. Absolutely fantastic. So, come this way. Let's have a little look around, see what else we can find. So I'm going to be a little bit careful here. Just walking around. This beautiful broom. Let's have a smell. It's like tea tree. Gorgeous. It's very good for your skin. So we've got she oaks here. And then we're going to go down here. Let's keep going down here. It's very exciting. We've got lots and lots of broken things. This is another broken tree. Now that looks like it's had a bit of fire in it. And some of it's even fallen over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this branch here. I'm going to move it backwards towards me so that any bugs or things that might be bitey can like scuttle away and feel safe. Just going to move it this way, see what we can find. See what's in here. Anything? Oh, bit of spider action. This has actually been on fire, this one. This has been probably struck by lightning. You can see all the charred bits of wood here. Oh look, there's a millipede. Look at this one. Check this guy. See that? See if he's alive. Oh, he is, look, there he goes. Little baby one. Isn't that amazing? Oh, he's just having a little scoot around. Now, millipedes are omnivorous and detritivores, which basically means they eat all of the rubbish off the forest floor. They're really important animals for making everything work in the woods, because they eat all the rotten stuff and all the bad stuff, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. And then a bird or another bug will eat that, and they get a nice dinner as well. So everything is working as it should. Now it looks like there's some flying ants been here, because there's some flying ant wings or termites, and it's all very delicate, but that's what termites are made here. Anyway, let's just put this back. I don't want to disturb them anymore and upset everybody. Let's just put that back like that. There you go. Oh, there's several little millipedes here. Look, even smaller ones. Look at those. Now you could use your pooter to suck these up if you made a pooter. These guys are great. And look, he's curled up. He's like, oh, danger. And he's curled up into a little ball. Now, he's protecting all his legs. He's hundreds of legs underneath, because he's got a hard shell on the outside. All those segments are a really hard shell. It's his exoskeleton. And it's protecting his soft underbelly and trying not to get eaten. But I'm not going to eat you, little mate. I'm just going to put you back there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's put that back like that. Do you want to see some more? Want to see some more? Come on in. Oh, now these are really cool as well. These are flannel flowers. I know what these are. These are brilliant. Have a look at these. They are really soft, beautiful colour. It's kind of like a milky kind of green, and they're very pretty. Don't really smell. They've got a very delicate scent, but doing the same job as all the other flowers. They don't have to be bright, and they're very furry. These ones I love because they're so soft and velvety and furry. They go really, really tall. For something so spindly and you think they're so wibbly and so wobbly, it's actually using this tree here to actually grow as high as it can. And that's very clever. Not all plants are as good at climbing, and some are actually specially designed for climbing in there, but that's just grown. It's got it's interwoven with the branches underneath this bush, and that's getting really good sunlight. Let's go and see some more. Oh, got a splinter. Let's get the splinter out of my hand. Pull that one out. Big spike off of this spiky, really spiky plant here. Now, these leaves are really wound really, really tightly together to make these spikes, because I expect if you were into eating green stuff, they would be absolutely delicious. So these are incredibly spiky, and that's the tree being smart. Once again, told you, trees are clever, plants are clever. It doesn't want to get eaten, so it makes all its leaves really, really spiky to keep us away from it, wallabies and other bigger animals from eating it. Brilliant, genius. There's another flannel flower here, look. It's not opened yet. That one's just going to come out. See in there? It's just about to open up. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. We've got the she oaks here. So these she oaks, this little bit here, all those little things there have opened up. And there'll be tiny, tiny seeds in there. See if there are any in there. There you go, look. Oh, there's a bug. Hello, bug. Hello. Come on, off you go. Don't stay at my fingernails. Scrabbling around in the dirt for you lot. There you go, look, those tiny, tiny seeds there. Look at those tiny seeds. There, just tap it. There you are. And those seeds will turn into a great big tree, like this one that's fallen over. There you go, I'll just put them down there, give them a head start in life. Let's go. But there's always something to see. I mean, these are brilliant things. Because it's quite sandy where we are, this is sandstone. Sometimes you can get traces of track. And sometimes you see tracks like this one here. I don't know if you can see this too well. Now that, see this line here? That's slightly going in an S shape. Now, what animal do you know that doesn't have legs starts with the letter S? S for snake. There'll be snakes here. Remember, I found a snake skin here once, and that is a telltale sign of a snake. So this is why I have my stick. So when I'm walking along, and if I see sign like that, I can bang my stick, sends vibrations in the ground, and the snake will go, oh yeah, humans, I don't like those. I'll keep away from them, and he'll slither away. So that's what we do. So, we've still got some beautiful stuff still growing up, all these beautiful little plants here. Really strong, that one. You think it's really tiny and delicate, but no. Really tough. I don't know what that is even, so I might have to go and get my book, my plant book, to have a look and see what that is. So, I'm going to go in here and have a look at this lookout, because this is a brilliant place to come and have a look at stuff. And I'm going to show you something special. Well, this moss here, look. It's all getting cracked. Moss needs water, and because it's been really dry lately, hopefully we'll get a storm like you guys in Canberra. All these cracks are starting to appear because it's contracting because it's so dry, and it's making these cracks. So hopefully when we get some rain, all these cracks will fill up and that will spill out, and the moss will be rejuvenated, because it will start drying out, and then it might not survive. Very important thing, water. So, have a look at this. So, because we're on the top of the cliff, it's a brilliant thing to show you, because the forest itself is in 3 stages. You've got ground level plants, you've got mid canopy, and then you've got the upper canopy. And we're so lucky to be right at the top of some trees. So here, I'm not going to go to the edge once again because I'm being very careful. Look at all these green new leaves. You don't usually get to see these on the top of the tree, so we're really, really lucky to see them. And over here, I'll just go forwards a bit because I don't like heights anyway. See these are the fruits. These are the nuts from the gum tree. Absolutely awesome. And here are the tiny, tiny new spring leaves. Look at those, they're tiny, and they're growing to these. Now, gum trees are evergreens, and they have green leaves all year round. They're not deciduous. And look in here, those are the seeds. So this will be flowering soon, and hopefully will get to see this flower, and they'll make these seeds in these little flower pods, and then they'll fall on the ground and hopefully grow into beautiful trees. There you go. Just going to knock that down there. So on the top of the canopy, this is where you get all your birds, like your cockatoos and all your king parrots, rosellas, things like that. And it's quite great to be able to actually stand here on top and look at the way that all of these leaves are actually covering over the whole of this area like a blanket, because that's how the sun, they're getting all that sunlight from up there is all shining on here, and that's helping all of those trees grow. So I can't go any further. It's a bit too far to go down to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to climb up this cliff here and have a look over there. So, all you wonderful people, thank you so much for watching today. It's been great, isn't it? Loving it. Now, if you want to join the discussion, there's my Facebook group, which is EYLF, Nature, Sustainability, Play and Discussion. You can join that group. It's a free membership group, so come and join me, all you educators and grown-ups, and tell us what you think. Give us your ideas on your favourite things to do and play and activities out in the green stuff, and we can share all our wonderful ideas, and that'd be awesome. So don't forget to join the Backyard Birds app on your phones, and we'll do a whole thing about that next week, about looking at birds in our back gardens and what we can do for that. Oh, that one's burnt as well. Oh dear. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon. Take care, everybody. See ya. Bye.